Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're joining us from in the world. Welcome to Open Up, our live talk show. My name is RJ Horner, and I'm the host of Open Up, and I'm also the vice president of Voice of Men 360. Let me share a brief introduction about Voice of Men 360 International Men's Day and why this talk show, Open Up, is so important. Voice of Men 360 is a not for profit organization founded in 2020 based in Toronto, Canada. Many boys and men are seeking help and support in many areas of their lives, and we understand the demands and the support needed when it comes to our boys and men in society. Voice of Men 360 was born out of seeing a tremendous need and stepping up to help provide services to help support and overcome men's boys' life's challenges. We're part of International Men's Day. International Men's Day has been serving for over 21 years so far and is represented in 90 countries around the world, joining together doing various activities regularly. IMD follows 6 pillars, and we follow in those footsteps, which represent the overall well-being of boys and men. Why is Open Up so important? Because men and boys are not we're not willing to discuss and share our matters. We're not open with our hearts. When we keep our emotional challenges within ourselves for a longer time, at some point it's bound to explode, and it affects our health in negative conditions in many ways. That's why we want to create an open space and allow an individual to share their life journey through our platform. We aim to create awareness about the life's challenges, struggles, and overcomes that our boys and men have to go through. There are no limitations with gender, age, ethnicity. We want everybody to participate and share their life journey. Our goal is to make a positive impact on someone's life through this platform. Open Up is on Sundays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 Eastern Time. Each week, we'll bring an individual to share their life experiences with you. Today, our special guest is Shawaz Baluch. He's a motivational speaker, social entrepreneur, philanthropist, and mentor. Shawaz has more than 8 years of diverse experience in motivational speaking, training, including project management, as he received his degree in project management. In fact, he's the first visually impaired person to qualify for PMP certification. He also holds a social entrepreneurship degree from Oxford University. And he's been very active in sharing his message in motivational speaking, and he is proud to share his platform through TEDx. Voice of Men 360 mission is always brought forward in good faith. The beliefs and opinions expressed are those of our guests and not necessarily representative of Voice of Men 360. This organization is engaging in discussion forums only to offer and inspire awareness and connection, and is not providing therapeutic advice. If you need crisis individual intervention or therapy, you need to engage the services of a mental health professional. Please reach out to a healthcare professional immediately. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this disclaimer or the panel discussion therein, please feel free to contact Voice of Men 360 through our website, voiceofmen360.org. So please join me today in welcoming our guest, Shawaz Hussain, to Open Up. Thank you, Shawaz, for joining me on this Sunday morning.
Thank you very much, RJ, for inviting me.
Absolutely. Welcome. So Shawaz, let's learn about you. Let's go back and learn about what made you the person that we just learned about, who has been through such a tremendous life. What made you that person you are today?
Thank you very much, RJ, first of all, for inviting me and on this platform of Voice of Man. And this is a very important question. And why it is important? Because there are so many things, so many inspirational stories regarding my story. And how I came here, since my childhood, I was having 3 fears in my life. And because I was afraid of water, this was my fear number one. My fear number two was I was afraid of heights, and my fear number three was that I was having the fear of darkness. So these 3 fears always revolves around my life since my childhood. And guess what? When I grew up, and when I joined my college, so I thought that at some moment of my life, I can overcome these fears of my life, and I can show some resilience. And as a school in my school time, I still remember that I was very shy and very introvert. And then I was really good in my studies, and I used to score very high grades. But I was really weak. I was physically weak. I was mentally weak, and I was really bad in sports. These were I was really bad in extracurricular activities. I never used to speak a lot, and I was thrown out of my debating club in my school time. So all these reservations and fears were going with me when I reached my college, and that was the career college. There, I discovered myself again, that I started working on my fear of playing sports even, and I became the best sportsman there in my college. And then, if I talk about my first fear, that was my fear of water. I became a naval officer, and I have a fear of water because there I challenged myself and showed resilience and willpower and determination. Then came my second fear in my life. That was the fear of heights. I decided that now this is the time to overcome this challenge also. And then I became a naval pilot, and I joined aviation. And there I decided with myself that whatever it will take, I will overcome this fear also. And then came my third fear, that was the fear of darkness. You see, there was in back of my mind, my extra, cautious mind. I was always thinking that, you see, I was having fear of water, fear of heights, and I was having fear of darkness also. So, so it means my gut feeling always used to say to me that one day I'll become blind, then what will happen to me? So then, when I was a pilot, due to an unfortunate incident, I ended up in the hospital, and when I opened my eyes, there was darkness. So that was the most difficult and emotional moment of my life. But that was again a decision point in my life. So my decision was: should I take a decision, that should I, just give up, or should I not? So then, at that moment, my heart says to myself that yes, you can overcome this challenge. You can overcome your fear of darkness also, because you see, if you see yourself, your history, you overcome the first two fears. That was a fear of water and fear of heights. So then I took a decision, and I decided that whatever it will take, I will never give up. And after that, I pursued my education. I did my MS and Phil in project management. I won the distinction, a gold medal, and Magna Cum Laude award. I also did my PMP from US. I did my Prince 2 from UK, social entrepreneurship from Oxford, coaching and mentoring from Oxford, and there are so many things which I started
Hmm.
pursuing. My was will be impaired to hold all these certifications. And then I also overcome my fear of public speaking, and I became the president of Toastmaster International Club and won so many contests, international speaking contests. So these uh, things which were with me now became, these fears became my friends. And in this manner, I was able to reach this platform on which I am talking today. And also,
Mhm.
I pursued, I asked myself that whatever I have done for myself, but I haven't done anything for the humanity, for the people. That gave me a vision for humanity. And I started off so many charity projects, And today I have done like more than 100 projects single-handedly with the help of only one thing, and that was my vision, my power of resilience, my power of decision making, and my power of transformation. And that's why today I have reached here. Over to you, RJ.
And thank you for that. You've certainly walked us through a life of persistence and inspiration. You're an inspiration to not only to yourself by overcoming your challenges, but also to others who you might see that they have challenges out there and still. Because again, okay, if I may, how much period of time between the point you found yourself b- blinded and your recovery or your decision to move forward and your studies, and how much time went by before you were able to make that decision?
Yeah, actually, you were a bit distorted, but I understood your question. You were
Okay.
asking me that how much time I took to take this decision that I have to move on, right? Is this the question?
Yes.
Because your internet was distorted. RJ.
Correct.
You
Yes.
see, when I opened my eyes in the hospital, yeah, when I opened my eyes in the hospital, I was alone on the bed. And when I opened my eyes, there was darkness everywhere. And then I soon realized, I started complaining to God that why it has happened to me. Why me? But at that moment, there was no answer. Soon I realized that I will not be able to see again. Then my mind and my heart started thinking that whatever it happened has happened. It is useless to cry over the spilt milk. There is a famous saying. So then, if you see, whenever a problem happens to you, a tragic event happens in your life, if a challenge comes in front of you, you see, there are only few people with their courage and determination always take a decision at the same moment. It took me 5 minutes to decide that how I have to plan my life which is coming ahead. Right? Because if I am not overcoming this challenge, then it will take me 10 years, 20 years to come out of this problem, because after that I'll be in isolation if I'll not be able to accept this thing, this reality in which I am at. You see, the important thing is that you have to accept the reality that you have been hit, you have been hit hard. Now what to do next? First thing comes, first strategy is to accept the challenge, accept the disability that you have been hit and you are facing the challenge. The next strategy comes the management. How to manage it, how to make a plan for it, how to make a strategy. So, in this manner, it took me only 5 minutes. When I was on the bed, I started thinking, okay, whatever has happened is happened. My family was joining outside. My mother was crying that, oh, my beautiful son, pilot, has gone down. What will happen? When they came and they asked me that, she started crying. I said to her, why you are crying? I'm okay with that. This is okay. I can manage everything. My eyes are gone, but my brain is working. My heart is working. My hands are moving. So there is no problem. I can manage all these things. And I said to her that I am not only the first person in this world to become blind. There are 2.5 million people in Pakistan are disabled. No way. There is no absolutely no. Now this is the challenge which I have to face. And in this manner, I accepted the challenge at that moment and took
Thank you. Shawaz, because most people hesitate when they make decisions. So thank you, and I applaud you for making decisions so quickly, because it probably is a life changer in your life, and I hope people can see that out there. Another thing I noticed you mentioned is you mentioned the word that you were alone a lot, but I also heard you mention your family was there for you. So please, if you could talk about your family influence, especially maybe that of father and son while you were growing up.
Yeah. You see, everyone has every child has a mentor. Everyone has a role model in his life, and in my case, my role model was my mentor was my father. You see, there are fathers who are very strict. There are fathers who are very good. But I will grade my father as a friend. He was always open about everything. Whenever I was in problem, he used to say he was always ready to accept it. He was always ready to listen to me. You see, this is very important for as a father to a child, that whatever his problem is, the father as a role model should be there for him to listen. Even if you listen for a minute or two, the problem of that child will finish. So you see this how much critical active listening is. We talk about so many good interpersonal skills, soft skills, but in my opinion, uh, as a father and as a leader, this active listening skill of my father always helped me to make a very strong relationship with them. And when I became blind, what he said to me when he came to me in the ICU of that hospital. I was on the bed. He said to me that, son, don't you worry. You have lost the battle, but you haven't lost the war. So these were those words which really motivated me from inside. And at that moment, I decided that, okay, now as a human being, and as a person which is now, this is my challenge. I was motivated. I took this disability as a challenge, and in this disability, my father was with me. His support was always with me, and they have helped me. His words, his motivation has helped me to any challenge, to overcome any kind of challenge in my life. So this is important, that the father and a son relationship should be a very strong one, more open. Being a child, you should be able to talk about all the negative things which happens to you in the school, in the college. There are so many things which happens to you, and there should be a channel where to talk, and that channel should be your father. And this is a responsibility of a father, that now at least you should be able to facilitate him, to make him comfortable, that your child is able to talk to you the problems at teenager, at childhood, he's facing at the universities and the colleges. So in this, but in my case, my father was pretty much open, and I really loved the relationship with him, even after this challenge which I faced now. Over to you, RJ.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, Shawaz. Again, some people don't have that relationship available in their lives. So when we have somebody who's had a valuable influence like that, we're very we cherish the story. We cherish the fact that you have that, and hope people can realize how valuable that relationship is. So then moving to your college, you talked about that. And so what were some of the challenges you may have faced or even noticed others facing at that time?
Uh, Yes, can you please repeat what you are asking? Your voice was a bit distorted,
So,
RJ.
in your college years, um, what were some of the challenges you faced or you noticed your friends having trouble with?
Yeah, um, you see, there are like there are so many things. If I talk about my college time, in my school time, I still remember that my colleagues, my friends, they faced so many challenges. Some of them were really bad in the studies. Some of them really, talked about that their fathers, they are not good with them. They are really strict, and they are really, hard upon them. I will give you an example. I will give you a case study. I'm a big fan of Michael Jackson, and he was a great human being, a great person, a great entertainer, and one of the biggest king of the pops. And I was going through researching on his life, and I was going through his interviews, and he was so soft spoken, and he said that my relation with my father was really bad. He was so much he was really rude to me, and we used to practice before our music concerts for long 10 hours, and I was not allowed to even play with the other children in the ground because I had to go for the practice. But whenever in during the practice, I was if I had I did a single mistake, my father used to beat me with a belt, and I was having the fear of I created a fear of my father in my heart, and never used to talk to him about my problems. You see, this is a very great example. But he was having a big heart. The king of pop was a king by his heart also, and he said that. But I forgot. I forgave my father. Still, he is my father. You see, these are the small things. And if you talk about my school time, my friends, and all those, this was the biggest challenge which they used to face. And they used to say that my father used to beat me a lot, and he never used to listen to me. And in some cases, my mother used to beat me a lot, and they don't listen to me. So these kind of the basic problems they used to face during this school time and college time. And there were certain things. One of my friend, he was my dearest friend, and he passed away during a car accident. He was riding a sports bike. His father and his father used to beat him a lot, and his father was under the influence of alcohol, and he never used to love his son. And when he died, his body was in the morgue for 2 days in the hospital. Nobody came to pick his body up. And he always used to say that used to say to his father, please father, come to my parents teacher meeting, come to my parents day. And his father used to say, sorry son, I'm busy. And when he died, again his father was busy. You see, in this is the indication that what is the outcome of this case study? The outcome is that open up, open up, talk to your children more. This is the responsibility of fathers to son, and mothers need to be daughters, that they show. But fathers should be having so much open, conversations with his sons, that at the blink of a moment, the son should be coming and telling his problem that dad, this has happened to me. Dad, I want this. Dad, I want this. So this was, I think, the answer. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shawaz. Exactly. I appreciate you taking your talk and using those two words about open up. And that's why that message, those two words are so vital to us here in Voice of Men 360. I also love that you shared the story of Michael Jackson because again, I idolize him too. We often don't consider the pain that our idols go through. And we all go through pain as men. It doesn't matter who we are. So I thank you very much for those stories. Now, having gone through all that, how do you see your life purpose?
How to see? Please come again.
How do you see your life purpose? What is it you're working for
Yeah,
now?
RJ, you see that when I became blind, so I thought that to do something for myself, do my capacity building, which I did. But then one day I was going with my father to throw a garbage, and that was a very winter, as that is in the Canada, but not like this in Pakistan. But during the winter, that was a very dry weather and really cold. When I reached the garbage can, at that moment I was like blind. I was legally blind at that moment, but I was sitting with my father, and then I saw my father saw few kids. Those kids came. They were sitting on the garbage, and they came and collected our garbage really happily. I was shocked. I was surprised. My father told that, you see, these kids are wearing nothing, only a single shirt, and you are wearing a branded jacket. I was really embarrassed. I thought that what the hell I have done for the people. I am doing everything for myself. What I have given to the community? I asked this question for myself. I said, okay, my 30 years have been passed and I'm blind now. Everything I'm doing for myself. Still, but what I have given to the people, what I have given to the humanity? Nothing. This was the initiation of my vision, the vision for helping humanity. And I mean it. I After that I never slept. I started off kicked off my charity projects. I gathered the charity. I gathered the jackets, and I went myself to those kids on that garbage can. I distributed those jackets. Now this was a kickstart of my charity projects. After that, I did so many poverty alleviation projects. I did the water well projects in the drought areas of Pakistan, the deserts. I did the IT center. I made the IT center for the hearing impaired people. I did the livestock projects, giving livestock to the poor people. I did the medical projects, arranging eyes for the blind people from Sri Lanka. I made the IT center for the widows, and all those widows which are having unwed. I made the stitching units, a factory for them, so that they should start earning immediately. I also managed to do a project that is the energy saving project, the solar panel for the people of the villages of poor people, so that they should manage the electricity. But all these things, how it came to my mind, just because of only one thing, and that was to vision for helping humanity. And this gave me the purpose of life, that now I am retired, and I am taking maybe my vision and my purpose in life is to work for the people, to live for the people, and to die for the people. Yeah.
Wow. Such a noble mission. So thank you for that. Um, to end off our show, I always like to ask two questions. First, what can our men or boys do, or what can our young boys do to become better men?
You see, uh, when being a motivational speaker, when I go to the colleges, especially, and the schools, there I see teenager and young boys. They are distracted. They don't have any goal in their lives. Their goal is to play PUBG. Their goal is to play the games, the video games. Their goal is to do something on the internet, to go for you see to so many adultery pornography is available on the. So these teenagers are distracted. This is the one root cause why they are not focused, and they are hyper. They are very they don't have any tolerance. So these are the few factors, in my opinion, which are adding to their misery, sometimes depression, anxiety, obesity. They have got, you see, 20% of the US kids are now in the present day are facing obesity. At young age, you are facing so much high blood pressure, which you used to face at the age of 50 or 60. So these things are very important, and these are the way your emotional intelligence. Daniel Coleman said once that how to manage your emotional intelligence, and there are a few things. It's all about your self management, self awareness, empathy, and making a good relationship. And when the emotional intelligence program was introduced in the school, guess what? There were the disciplinary cases were 10% down. The grades went 20% up, and the irrational behavior became 30% down. So you see, all these things are related to your emotional quotient. And being a teenager, my my specific and special message to them is that make a goal, make a dream, whatever you want to live about your dream. Just have a dream, make a plan for that dream, make a goal, make a strategy, and do not be distracted by the other things, which are so many things available. Remember, these things will not take you towards your destination. Remember, Einstein was failed 3 times, Newton was out, Colonel Sanders was out from his school, but they never gave up. Edison was failed 1,000 times, he never gave up. You see, all you have to focus on these successful men, what they have done in their lives. Whenever you are in your teenage, you have to focus, you have to make a goal, make a goal, and focus on that goal and achieve that goal with your willpower and determination. And in this manner, you can become a very good man, a better man, and focus on your ethics. If you are taking some courses, but if you don't have, you're performing well, but you don't have the ethics, I'm sorry to say you will never become successful. If you are having a good, producing good results in your company, if you don't have ethics, honesty, responsibility, I'm sorry to say you will never become a successful man in the life. Over to you.
So you've got to put effort into it. Is what you're saying. I love that. Thank you very much. And then finally, what can we do as a society to help our boys become better men?
You see, society is the group of people with norms and their culture, their habits. These people make a culture. Now we have to understand what are the requirements of a society. I am living in Pakistan. I have a different culture. I have a different society. You are living in Canada. You must be having different culture. Accordingly, the society, their habits will be different. Their culture, their behavior will be different. So we need to understand that what is their culture, and as a society, what we can give to society. This is the question you have to ask yourself. Sometimes people say that whenever I will become billionaire, I will start the charity. Sorry,
Right.
sir, I have started the charity projects with a $0 in my pocket. With a $0. And still today, till date, I'm managing so many projects with a $0 in my pocket money, in my pocket. How? Just because of one thing. That was, I already told you, is your vision. If a single man can have a vision that is a better than your sight. I always say that if your sight is lost, something is lost. But if your vision is lost, everything is lost. You don't need any means to, help a poor person in your life. You just have the vision. You can help. You will be having, if you are having vision, your strategy will be formed. If you will be having strategy, your mission will be formed. If you're having mission, your goal will be formed. If you are having goal, your objective will be formed. And if your objective will be formed, you will be able to do the task and achieve your vision. And in this manner, you will be each one. There was a famous saying that each one teach one. If you talk about education, if you talk about career elevation, I will give you a solution. Each one help one. And always be open in your life. Be yourself in your life. Do not anything here, not in your mind and not in your heart. You will see a bigger difference in your life. And in this manner, you will be able to change the society. You will see the people will be coming towards you. The people will be asking you the solutions, the questions, the problems, the challenges they are facing. Yeah, over to you, RJ.
Shawaz, thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for everything you do for humanity and for yourself. Because by helping yourself, you have been able to help so many others. And that is the mission here at Voice of Men. And it's also a mission you seem to share. So thank you very much. And thank you for being here. It's not easy to talk about and share your journey with others.
Thank you, RJ. And I really appreciate your effort. I really appreciate that you have invited me, and hopefully in the future we will be also doing so many sessions like this for the betterment of the men. You see, men are more sensitive than women. Why I'm saying this? Because throughout their life they are told that you are men, you can't cry. You see, you can't cry, you cannot show your emotions, because emotions and crying is the depiction of a weak person. But I'm sorry to say this thing, you have to show your emotions, you have to cry within yourself, and you have to take your heart out. In this manner, you will be able to feel very light on your heart, and you will be able to transmit your problems to others. And I'm really thankful that your people are doing a tremendous job. Looking forward to see you doing so many sessions with you. And I'm really thankful to Sivam also, and to the team of all the Voice of Men. And if from my side, this was the message. Again, I will say this is my famous quotation: if your sight is lost, something is lost, but if your vision is lost, everything is lost. Over to you, Arjun.
Thank you, Shawaz Hussein Baluch, for joining us today and sharing your life journey with us. When people like yourself come forward and share their life experiences on platforms like ours, especially on social media, it gives hope to people out there to change their mindset and to change their life in a positive direction. That's our goal here at Voice of Men 360. We want to bring individuals and allow them to share their life journey, have an open conversation about men's problems and challenges and how we can overcome them. I have a few announcements to share with you as we close our show. First, we have 4 live shows that we carry on here in Voice of Men. The first one you've participated in is Open Up, where we invite people to share their personal life journey. This is a live talk show that takes place every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have Vili. This is a Tamil live talk show, which means I, and that takes place Sundays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We have a monthly webinar the first Saturday of every month at 10:30 to 11:30 Eastern Time. And then we have a monthly special show called The Unspoken Tears. That takes place the second Saturday of every month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The focus is domestic violence against men, bullying, male sexual abuse, and human trafficking. We also have a panel discussion once a month in English and Tamil. We bring people from different parts of the world and share their perspectives, life experience, thoughts on particular topics. And then we turn all of our content into podcast episodes. Please look for us on all of your favorite platforms, including iPhone, Google Play, Spotify, and many more. We also have a couple of men's support groups. The first is a men's only support group. That takes place the third Tuesday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. through Zoom. Please register for that. And then we have an Indigenous peer-to-peer support group. We call that Pass the Talking Stick. That's the fourth Friday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time through Zoom. There are no limitations excuse me, I apologize. There are no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic groups. We want everybody to participate in our shows. You want to be a guest on our show, or you want to be involved in our organization and help us with our message in any way, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with individuals, professionals, experts, community organizations, associations, governments, corporations, and NGOs. Please reach out to us. Our phone number is 437-889-8329, or you can email us at info@voiceofmen360.org. So once again, phone us at 437-889-8329, or email us at info@voiceofmen360.org. That makes our website www.voiceofmen360.org. Please visit us there for more. Follow us on all of your social media platforms: Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and more. Of course, find our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/voiceofmen360. And please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel for more to come from Voice of Men 360. Please like and share our message to continue your support. Thank you for your support. Again, we are Voice of Men 360. Until next time, I'm RJ Horner. Better days ahead.